Hey, what's up once again, everybody? This is Cardfight Disney here for another deck profiling, and today's deck in question is, don't mind the Dark Magician girl on the back. That is not intended for, Yu-Gi-Oh! I kind of do this. This is another thing I do for fun. I got this from my cousin who also does this. We tend to just put Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards in the back of our starting Vanguards for fun when we're not in tournaments. But today's deck in question is Magus build. Now, to start things off, technically this shouldn't be Little Witch Lulu. I don't actually run her as Little Witch Lulu when I play this deck because it's incomplete. Don't question me. This should be Battle Sisters Eclair, but when I do play in actual battle, I do use her as Little Witch Lulu. Starting off, Little Witch Lulu, her skill is she, from the soul, when a grade 3 is placed on Vanguard Circle, you can move her out of the soul. And then her other skill is you Soul Blast 2, I believe it was. Choose 2 Oracle Think Tanks from your soul and put them in the drop zone. When the unit is placed on Rearguard Circle from your soul, if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, you pay the cost. If you do, draw a card. Yeah. Technically, again, I shouldn't be using her. I should be using Battle Sisters Eclair, which is Counterblast 1, move her into the soul, look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a grade 3 or greater. I believe it says Oracle Think Tank. I don't remember because I don't use grade 3 searchers that often anymore. Put it into your hand, shuffle the rest back into your deck. So yeah, this should be the grade 3 searcher, but it's not, unfortunately, and god damn that glare. Next up, moving on to triggers. I run one draw trigger. Oh boy, yeah, I run in a draw an Oracle Think Tank. This should be a crit. I'll get to that in a moment. I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 crits. 4 Ginger, 4 Psychic Bird, because Psychic Bird is awesome, and 3 Oracle Guardian Nike, or Nike, however you want to pronounce it. Again, that Victory Maker should be a Nike. I can't find my 4th Nike, which is actually annoying the crap out of me. And then I run 4 Heal. All Lozenge Magus. Though one will be switching out to Sphere Magus once my friend notifies me that he got his prize from the last Bushinav. I mean, not Bushinav. That he got his prize from the last Bushiroad Cardfight Cardfight Vanguard page contest. Once he gets that, one of them will become Sphere Magus because he's giving me that. Moving on to my grade 1s, I run 2 Crescent Magus. Crescent Magus is a very, very powerful card for this deck. Basically, when she boosts, you declare the top card. You declare the name of an Oracle Think Tank unit. Reveal it. Now, reveal the top card of your deck. If the top card of your deck is the card you called, then the boosted unit gains an extra 3k power, making her a 9k booster. The whole point of her is, though, is you're not really supposed to use her for that boost ability. You're supposed to use it for later skills that your Vanguards, that your grade 3s will use. Next up on the list is 2 Battle Sisters Cocoas. I use Cocoa because of looking at the top card of your deck. Her skill is you can look at the top card of your deck, and then you can choose whether or not to keep it on top of your deck or put it at the bottom of your deck. Next up, I run 2 Ripis Magus. Ripis Magus is the 10k attacker of the deck. If there is another Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Magus in this card name, she gains plus 3k, making her 10k. I run 2 Tetra Magus. Technically, I should be running 4 perfect cards. I don't have enough, unfortunately. I'm trying to get either 2 more Tetra Magus or 2 Battle Sisters Chocolates, so we'll see where that goes in the future. I run 2 Miss Mists, technical pseudo-perfect guard. If I can actually use her effect, she will become very viable when Legion comes into play. Because her skill is, if your Vanguard has a when this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, if it's during the battle in which your opponent's grade 2 or less Vanguard attacked, choose one of your Oracle Think Tanks that is being attacked, and that unit cannot be hit until the end of the turn. Basically, free perfect guarding. And the reason I say this is going to be very useful when Legion comes into play is because Legion, your opponent has a grade 2 Vanguard. So, your opponent has a grade 2 on Vanguard Circle, so it counts. And Bushiroad has confirmed this themselves. And to finish off, I run 4 Circle Magus. Basically, same effect as Battle Sister's Cocoa, but I don't get to choose where the card goes. It goes right back on top of the deck. Moving on to my... No, that's my grade 3s. Moving on to my grade 2s. Oh, right. That's why I don't have that much space. Moving on to my grade 2s, I run 3 Briolette Magus. Now, she's the reason why, technically, I shouldn't be running Little Witch Lulu. Briolette Magus' skill is, you Soul Blast 1. If you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, draw a card, and then you put her on top of the deck. Again, means of knowing what's on top of your deck without having to know what's on top, without having to look at what's on top of your deck. And you get to plus a card in your hand. So, because of her, technically I'm not able to fire off that often, but that's where Psychic Bird comes into play, because you move him into the soul, you get to draw a card. So I get to rebuild up my soul that way. I run 4 Cuore Magus, or QR Magus, however you want to pronounce it. Cuore Magus is the 12k attacker of the Maguses. And I run 4 Stellar Magus. Stellar Magus, once again, a very viable card for the deck. Counterblast 1. Declare the name of the top card of your deck. If the card, then reveal the top card of your deck. If the top card of your deck is the card you declared, the card goes into your hand. If not, you get to put the card back on top of your deck, and you unflip the damage. So basically, it's letting you know what the top card of your deck is for free. Which again, is very viable for your Vanguard. Getting to which, grade 3s, I run 4 of the Break Ride Hexagonal Magus. Hexagonal Magus, basically, is when you Break Ride over her, you can look at the top 3, cards of your deck. Choose 1 card to add into your hand, and then you put the rest back on top of the deck in any order. So basically, I get to know what's on top of my deck, I get to know if I'm going to pull a double trigger on my opponent, and I get to allow myself to pull a double trigger on my opponent. Oh, and your Vanguard gets power plus 10k. And her other skill is a continuous effect. If I have 4 more cards in my hand, she gains an extra plus 2, making her 13k. Best part about this is, being continuous, if I drive check into 4 cards into my hand, her power plus 2000 fires off. So your opponent better make sure they don't just guard to 21. Because if she attacks unboosted for 11, and I twin drive 2 triggers, I mean, if their Vanguard's cross-ridden, they better not guard to 23, because if I drive check into 2 triggers, she's hitting 23. And the last but not least is the main boss monster, as of right now, in English format, of Maguses. I run 4 Pentagonal Magus. Pentagonal Magus basically turns whatever's on top of your deck into an automatic crit trigger. Because, when this unit attacks Vanguard, declare the top card of your... declare an Oracle Think Tank card name, and reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card is the card you declared, she gains 5k and a crit. So, she can turn a crit trigger into an she can turn any trigger into a crit trigger along with its own trigger skill when you twin drive. She turns any unit that's not a trigger into a crit trigger. Problem is, if you by revealing the top card of your deck, you're letting your opponent know either one of the cards is not a trigger, or the card is a trigger, so that they know how much more to guard for. So it's a double-edged sword, but it puts a lot of pressure, and it makes them drop a lot of cards. Because they don't know what that second card after that first one is. So they have to now overguard, in case that other card is a crit trigger, or any trigger. But I say crit mostly because 90% of my triggers are crits. So that's basically this deck in a nutshell. The whole purpose is to know the top card of your deck at all times, to basically mess with your opponent, and I love it so much. It is a powerful deck, and when Fighters Collection 2013 hits the scene, it could get more powerful with Floral Magus, though I'm not 100% sure that I'm willing to give up Pentagonal Magus for Floral Magus. But on the flip side, at least Floral Magus is an easier boss unit to get, because the problem with Pentagonal Magus was she was the in America at least, and in Japan too, she was the promo card for the pre-release pack. She was the promo card for the pre-release. So, if you didn't go to the pre-release, you're shit out of luck for boss monsters. because the only other grade 3 of Maguses is Stellar Magus in the English format. And Stellar Magus is basically on Vanguard or Rear Guard. When she's boosted, she becomes 12k, and she's a 10k body. Which, as we all know, in this current format, 10k bodies are extremely abusable. So that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for more. I have more videos on the way. And please subscribe if you are not. And stay tuned for more. Peace.